morning. If you
Good
have
morning.
not, if you have not checked in for your agency, please check at the box so we know who, what agencies are present on this call right now.
I'm calling in. This is Sharon from Phalanx.
Okay. Phalanx, I'll go ahead and check your box then.
Yes.
So we've got you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you.
And
You're
then
welcome.
don't forget we have a lot of, do you have internet access? Because we have a lot of files to download too. I want to make sure you get that information.
You know what I have? I'm not on the internet right now. Of course, I'm on the conference call, but I do have internet access.
Okay.
If you want to, yeah.
Tara, what we could do is send those files out to everybody, all the providers after the call also, to make sure that they all get it in case they were not on or not able to get on the internet. All right, let's go ahead and get started because I think we have the majority of everyone's here. Like we said, if you haven't clicked the button, go ahead and click and check in your organizations. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Let me know in the chat box.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, perfect. So what we like to do, like I said, it's the first part of the month. This is really like a check-in for all the agencies that we have. This is a time for you guys to say what's really working well within your agencies and then stuff that you need more guidance or assistance on. And so we like to do a quick agenda. We want to stress the importance of everyone attending. I know we sent out an email yesterday, but the Wednesday webinars are so important because these are new grants and things are always changing, as you guys know by now. We want to make sure these Wednesday webinars are areas and places that you guys can come, ask for more guidance, but also get your questions answered and build a group and community within this organization with your other grantees. And so we want to make sure we're cultivating that relationship during these meetings as well. We're going to go ahead and start with our group updates, and just when I call your organization out, if you can go ahead and say your name, what organization you're with, and let us know how your project's going, something really great that's going on with your project. Your participant numbers would also be a great update for us to have. And then and then that's where we'll start. Let's do that. So if you'll say your name, your organization, how the project is going, and then your participant numbers. And Stephanie, yeah, you're going to need to call in as well so you can talk and we can hear you. And the call-in number is, I'll post it one more time. Oh, Chelsea got it. She's amazing. All right, so let's go ahead and start. I'm just going to go down the list of Youth Build McLean County. If you guys could go ahead and start first. Youth Build, are you on mute? You may be muted. All right, while they figure that out, let's go ahead to Prairie State. Chelsea, can you bring up the poll again, just so I can make sure if they're even on the call? Thank you. So let's see, Youth Build McLean. Okay, nobody's on the call from Youth Build McLean or Lake. Prairie State. Nobody's on for Prairie State. All right, awesome. Methodist College.
Good morning. This is Dr. Eileen Setti from Methodist College.
Awesome.
We have, I think, the smallest program. We have 6 apprentices, and that's our maximum. And I'm happy to report that we are doing a CNA to medical assistant bridge program with our apprentices. And they are ready to sit for their CNA certification exam tomorrow night. So we were with them yesterday doing some professional development, and they're all nervous but ready to get this exam out of the way. So we should have those results in the next week or so, and they've planned their classes for the spring semester and working on their work schedule at Unity Point Health as CNAs. So we are doing really well.
Awesome. And then we have a note here. Are you in the Illinois workNet system? It looks like you guys have some applications that need some suitability review. Have you guys completed that yet?
Well, we would have
Sorry,
to make
somebody's
more.
giving us, hold on one second, somebody's giving us
That's
some
okay.
lovely background music. There we go.
Okay. 6 is the maximum for our program right now, and so I think we're trying to contact folks that have expressed interest and seeing how we can get them funded through other means. So we are working on those, but we're at the capacity of our program right now since this is the first time that we've done an apprenticeship project. We're hoping to start a second group in the fall.
Okay. And then have you looked in the Illinois workNet system and you guys have all your applications in and they're also in the IWDS system?
As I understand it, yes, we are, and we're doing we're adding case notes, and yeah, I think we are all we're all set and caught up on that respective.
Okay.
This is Courtney Gehrig. We did have a few applicants that were not selected. I will follow up in the Illinois workNet and make sure that I did not do something incorrectly. I thought that I had chosen they were not selected, but perhaps I was supposed to do it a different way.
Yeah,
so I can follow up on that.
It looks like you have 7 submitted applications, and then we have 2 that need to be need suitability reviews. So if you want to look in there and send me and Natasha an email and let us know.
Okay, and I know I had I had put one on there because I wasn't sure of the process. So there's one of them as my name because I originally wanted to see how our apprentices were supposed to do it.
Perfect.
So I can take that out. And then there were a few other people that I had thought I had put in there as not eligible, but I will double check because perhaps somebody has recently applied and I didn't know that. So.
Okay. Well, just send us an email, like I said, and let us know, and we'll follow up with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the only update that we have.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. The next group that we have is Mantracon. Stephanie, were you able to call in?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Wonderful. Yes, we can.
Good. Hey, we're doing great, actually. Right now, it's a small group of youth. I have adults in our Manufacturing Skills Standards Council certification, certified production technician group. I have 2 youth, 3 adults, and hopefully before Christmas, I am going to have 3 more youth join. They have to finish a workplace readiness workshop, and they have to have the drug screens cleared before I can put them into Illinois workNet into their suitability application. But hopefully those 3 will be able to begin with us. If not before Christmas, then January. Yesterday, my youth as well as my adults took the CPT course is made up of 4 modules, and after each module, which is 19 units, they have to take a certification exam before they can move on to the next module. So I'm happy to say yesterday they all passed. They all have certification in safety right now. So I'm so proud of them.
And how many people how many youth for your youth grade?
2 youth. My 2 girls passed safety. And this is a manufacturing class because we're trying to help the needs of the manufacturing companies here in Southern Illinois that saying the workforce does not have a manufacturing background or history. So what this class does, is help with the foundation of getting someone into a manufacturing company that knows a little bit about safety, maintenance awareness, a little bit of blueprint reading, schematics, CNC, things like that. So they'll have like a taste, a little bit of everything when they go into a manufacturing company. And then also in the past few weeks, I have taken them on 3 different plant tours of our partnering companies that are partnering with us. And then we're still going to be looking for other companies to partner with us. I have just placed my girls with their work site to where they're going to start their work experience program. And one of my girls will start December 27th. The other girl will start December 3rd, 2 separate different manufacturing companies. So I'm getting their paperwork ready and for the company to sign off and review with them. So that's going to be taking place. And then next week they will be going to a community college and they will be touring one of the manufacturing labs there, and they will be looking at like how to use micrometers, calipers, things like that when they're into the manufacturing. So far, so good. Everybody is in Illinois WorkNet and IWDS 90, and I've been doing case notes, so I think we're up to date on everything so far.
Awesome. And then I have a note here. I know that you said they're both in there. It looks like one needs a suitability review. If you haven't done it already, I would just double check today and see, just to make sure.
Oh, okay. I will do that.
Okay,
Oh,
and just send me an email and let me know.
Okay, and also I have a question. Since it's to Tara, I have someone in my Illinois WorkNet that isn't my student. I have a feeling it may belong to Manufacturing Renaissance because we're Mantricon and they're manufacturing. And this young lady's name, I think, was Sherry Harris or something like that, and her address is Chicago.
Okay.
So I know she doesn't belong to me, and I don't know who she belongs to.
So if you want to go ahead and put that in an
email, someone.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and put that in an email, put Natasha on it and us, and we will figure it out.
Find out who her owner is.
Yeah.
Okay, I will do it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The next group we have is OAI. OAI, you got 3 people on the call? All right, we'll come back. City of Peoria.
Good morning. So my name is Jamila Wilson, and our program is Peoria Core. And just a quick update on our program. We have 10 young people that we were able to bring in to our core. Our program is AmeriCorps affiliate, and so they are responsible for doing significant hours in field work and community service, and also being trained in an industry-recognized credential specific to green infrastructure. So our core has begun with their first curriculum, which is a Roots of Success certification, and then their second curriculum they'll begin in the beginning of the new year, which is their credentialed certification with the National Green Infrastructure certification program. A part of their AmeriCorps requirements are to plan out service projects specific around green infrastructure and engaging the community around green infrastructure. And so we have an upcoming service project for the MLK Day, January 13th, which is a Saturday, that they are working on training. They've been very active as well in their professional development series, where we've focused a lot on self-awareness, leadership development, soft skills training, and them planning out their post-placement plans. So we have visits to ICC planned and a recruiter coming in next week from ICC. We have the manufacturing and construction group from ICC coming in to talk to them about that program. And we're meeting with the trade unions to plan out their succession, those who are interested in going into the trade, to prepare their plan into their matriculation into their apprenticeship program. As I indicated, we have 10. Unfortunately, one of our young people have been suspended, but we're working with them to address some of the challenges that have impeded their progress. But we're still holding on to them and trying to work out those kinks.
Okay. And I have some notes in here. If you want to look in the Illinois WorkNet system, it looks like you have about 11 applications that need suitability reviews. And then double check with your IWDS. It looks like 2 of them are certified in IWDS. So if you want to
only 2 out of the 10?
Yeah, so but this is for you just to double check. Like I said, send us an email if you look in the system and say, nope, I see all 10. That's perfect. We want to make sure, and this is what these meetings are for as well, that the systems are talking to each other. So if you put 10 people in Illinois WorkNet and they were certified in IWDS, we want to make sure those systems are talking, that you don't, like Mantricon, they have an extra person, but that is because they're going into the system and you're able to see, what's going on. So like I said, double check both of those systems today. Make sure you see your people.
Sarah, I don't have access to IWDS.
Oh, who's
so I
doing
work
your?
with CareerLink
Yes.
here, 15.
I would double check with LWIA 15 and say, hey, here's my 10. I want to make sure you see the same. And then, like I said, look in Illinois WorkNet for the suitability.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
But send us some emails and let us know. Remember, if it's Illinois WorkNet, attach Natasha to it. And if it's a question for regarding IWDS, let's attach Jim Potts.
Okay, very
Okay?
good. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Let's go back up to OAI. It looks like they are ready.
Yes, hi. Sorry about that.
No
Can
problem.
you hear me? Okay. All right, so this is Sandra from OAI. Don is the program manager for this program. He's currently working with students for the youth program. We have 9 students enrolled in the apprenticeship program, and I believe the one with BCS, we have about 15 students enrolled. So BCS is the one that actually enters the data into the IWDS system for us. So, and I know that we have a few BCS people on here. They might be able to give us some numbers that has been approved. But that's where we are right now.
Hi, it's Lisa over at BCS. Eddie is working right now on getting those everybody certified eligible in the Illinois Workforce Development System. I believe he had his goal is to get, I believe he has 6 of them that will be all ready to go. He unfortunately is sick today, so he wasn't able to finish those up today.
And just so I can clarify on our list, the in-school, is it in-school or out-of-school youth you guys are working with each other?
So this, the current one that we're talking about is in-school youth at Rich East High School.
And that's with BCS?
Yes, with BCS is a WIOA delegate partner for us. And then in January, the out-of-school youth portion would start.
Awesome.
For this one, yes.
Okay. The only note I have on here for you guys is to look in Illinois WorkNet and make sure the suitability review is complete. It looks like you have 11 applications that need a suitability review.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. And we did, sorry guys, I'm checking my list off. All right, Peoria Public Schools. Let's see, are you guys on? Yes, looks like we have people.
Hi, it's Michael Kuhn from Peoria Public Schools.
Awesome.
Sorry, that was me trying to put you on mute, and I put you on hold, and you got to play music. So you got to hear our on-hold music, so I apologize. We still there?
Oh, yes, we are.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Nope, you're fine.
So anyway, we are finally getting to the point where we have almost all of our students certified by CareerLink. I think we're short 1 student now out of our total of 50 that we wanted to put in. So the area that we're really focusing a lot on is our health occupation students. So right now our first wave of health occupation students are going through their internships, and they're finishing that today. They're coming back for a study session for roughly 2 weeks. And then in the middle of January, then they're taking their CNA exam.
Okay. So let's see. And then the only note I have from you guys, it looks like you have 65 applications that need suitability reviews. So that would be in the Illinois WorkNet system. Is there any way you can double check that today and let us know, Michael?
I don't have access to that. Our career coordinators do, so I would have to have them check on it because I'm, but 65 applications. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah.
That's all of ours.
Yeah. So let me know because that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and what we did was we did something a little different, so there's probably too many people in there because we were only supposed to put 50 in there, but I know when they were putting people in, they probably put a little bit more in. But
all right. So just let us know, like I said, and if you have any questions, go ahead and attach Natasha to your email so she can give you some more guidance on that.
Great. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. The next group we have is Phalanx.
Hi, this is Sharon Simmons from Phalanx. I'm the new youth director at Phalanx. I've been there approximately about 4 weeks now. Natasha Vincent is the case manager for the YCAP program. She's not on the call, but I've been working very closely with Natasha since I've been on board. So right now, the program has 12 youth enrolled in the program. We were slated for 15. We have 12 excellent young people in the program right now. To date, they've completed their OSHA training certification. They've received their certification, their OSHA certification, and they've completed their job readiness training, and they've completed 80 hours of industry-specific training for construction and weatherization. So, and that includes, they've completed trainings on how to use hand tools, construction math, how to use power tools, how to properly access and use things like a ladder, things of that nature that are pertinent to the industry. They just completed last Friday, they actually built a tiny house, which was an excellent project. The house is complete from the ground up. It's roughly about maybe 13 by 13 foot tiny house, similar to the ones you may see on television, but not as extravagant, just the basics. But they did a great job with the foundation, the plumbing, the electrical, and the heating, and inclusive of windows. They did a very good job. And the 12 that are enrolled have been consistently coming. Just a great group of young people participating in the program, very engaged, very involved. So they completed that last week. Currently, they're working on their lab. They're doing more construction modules online. So that includes piping and installation, building homes, different modules, basic construction modules. They're doing this week online. And up next, they'll be beginning a segment on how to do spray foam installation in homes and things of that nature. So currently, right now, I know that the 12 are in IWDS. I don't think they're all complete in Illinois workNet. Natasha could probably speak exactly too, but I know with IWDS, that was something that I was reviewing with her. They should be complete in IWDS and pending with Illinois workNet. So yeah, I don't know if I left anything out.
Okay. It looks like you have 2 applications that need suitability reviews in Illinois workNet. So if you guys could check on that today and let us know. And they should be using Illinois workNet just so everybody, that's where the application is. That's kind of like the starting point. So we should do Illinois workNet first and get those applications in. But like I said, if you have any questions, any follow-up, just email Natasha and then add us to it. And like I said, it looks like you have 2 people.
Okay.
Okay.
So Natasha's not in at all today. So we'll definitely work on this first thing tomorrow when she comes in.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, perfect.
All right. The next group is Manufacturing Renaissance.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. This is Seth Jamal. We have begun our program. We're still kind of in the recruiting phase, the first quarter of school. We're an in-school program. Our goal is to recruit 50 students. We currently have 33 in workNet. Out of that 33, 16 students so far have completed all of the forms and brought on all the required documentation. We have participated in 2 field trips gearing up to our work experiences. In March, Our professionalism training will begin on January 9th, and 2 cohorts of 15 students each, actually 2 cohorts of 25 students each at the plan will be in each of those cohorts to do professionalism training to compete for work experiences, a job shadow, spring break internship, and summer jobs provided by our manufacturing partners. Also, guest speakers and resume prep will be done during that time as well. The goal will be to employ at least 15 students that are seniors by the end of the school year, students who have completed the program. So I think that's it. I'm pretty sure there's quite a few students that need that final evaluation. But our youth guidance partner is doing that, so I can pursue that and make sure that all that is done.
And the only notes we have for you is that we need the Social Security applications, the Social Security numbers to be updated. It looks like it's about 9 of those, and then 18 of those applications need to be certified in IWDS, but it sounds like it's on your radar.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, BCS.
Hi, this is Lisa Mintz, Associate Director for Business and Career Services. So we have 2 cohorts that just started on, I believe it was November 27th, that Monday right after Thanksgiving. One in the Austin area in partnership with the Chicago Manufacturing Renaissance Council, and then the other one in the south suburbs of Cook County in partnership with OAI. We have currently 10 customers in our Southland cohort, and I believe 9 customers in our Austin cohort. We gathered all the documentation to support their eligibility. We're just doing our own compliance monitoring in-house in order for us to make sure that we got everything situated before the certified button is pressed in IWDS. We did have the individuals complete the application on Illinois WorkNet. However, I'm running into a discrepancy here, and I'm wondering if there is maybe a problem with attaching to us, because I see some of the kids that are showing up in our Austin cohort, but I'm not seeing any of those that are supposed to be showing up in the Southland one. And when I look in both, in 2 different groups, I'm getting 2 different numbers. I'm getting 17 connected to us, and then if I look in a different way by doing a search under Business and Career Services, I'm getting 16. So I don't know if there's someone that could help me to make sure that we have the individuals correctly connected to us, because we have not gone through the suitability in Illinois WorkNet yet.
Right, and I see that as, I see 15 people need suitability reviews first in Illinois WorkNet.
You have 15? Mm-hmm. You have 15?
It looks like it on our list, and they're from your Chicago South Side and South Suburban, so that's probably the issue.
Okay, because you see 15, I see in 2 separate lists, 16 and 17.
Okay, so go ahead and check in your system today, and then if you still see that issue, go ahead and email Natasha and put it on there.
Yeah, I will. I'm actually in it right now, and that's where I'm seeing the disconnect. So I will, unless I'm looking at it wrong, which I may very well be, on my dashboard I'm seeing 2 different things.
Okay.
When I go into the dashboard itself, I'm also seeing that there was some customers that didn't complete the entire application, and when I click on that, I'm getting 0 names.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and take some screenshots if it helps you, and then go ahead and send an email to Natasha so we can figure that out.
All right, perfect.
And then it looks like you have an open position for ambassador. Was that filled yet?
Where is that showing?
We have like a contact list.
I don't believe that I had added an open.
Okay.
Where would I see that?
No, it's just any staff that you would hire part of this grant, as part of this grant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we do have
let me put it back.
We do have a career advisor position open with BCS down in the south suburbs.
Okay.
That we have not filled yet.
Okay.
And a portion of their time will be yes. Mhm.
And it's also, let me just make a note for everybody, if you hire new staff as part of this grant, please make sure you're sending us an email because we have literally a giant spreadsheet that we use. And so we have open positions. So in your grant, if you said, hey, we would do a program director, case manager, whatever the case is, once you fill those positions, go ahead and send us an email and say, hey, here's Susan, and she will be the new case manager. I'm showing open positions at City of Peoria, Peoria Public Schools, and Phalanx. I got yours with your new staff members.
Thank you.
Okay.
And Lewis and Clark, I see you have open positions as well.
And we actually just accepted, Lewis and Clark, our second case manager just accepted the offer this morning.
Wonderful.
So both those case manager pathway positions should be filled now. And we have brought on what is it? Is there another position?
Project support specialist?
Project support specialist. Yes, she's already been hired.
Okay, so when you have those staff members and everything, if you could put their name in an email and phone numbers and say, here they are, and put their titles.
Okay.
And we're good to go.
Okay.
BCS, are you good? Is there anything else?
No, it's just some discrepancies in Illinois WorkNet. That's our issue. And as soon as we get that position, we will update. We did provide you with new, because we did do some changes with some staff, but we did provide you with some more information on that in that update spreadsheet.
Okay.
So you should have all of that.
All right. The next group is going to be the Cabot group.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, this is Eugene Niles from the Cabot Group. We have 9 clients that are certified at this time. Also, we have 15 candidates that are in the pipeline at various stages towards eligibility at this time. In terms of the training path, we have all of our clients are in cohorts of either 5 to 7. And of those, we have 7 clients that are pursuing short-term training as we speak. One is in the middle of his long-term training. Unfortunately, one of the clients actually had to take a job due to his family circumstances in the field, but he also has his multi-tier certification. So 9 clients have some sort of multi-tier certification so far.
Okay. And you guys, perfect. I see you guys are good on the IWDS. You have 9 people showing up. And on your Illinois WorkNet system, they're showing up on your site as well?
I don't have another young lady actually that works for the Illinois WorkNet, Ms. Newsom, so I don't know. I could check for you, though.
Okay, yeah. Just send us an email and say, yep, we see the same 9 in both systems, and we are good to go.
Tara, this is Jim.
Yep.
Cabot, they need 6 of their clients that are in IWDS isn't in WorkNet, but I'm in contact with Mike Ferris, who is the career planner that's been working with those. So.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
So 6 of them are not in Illinois WorkNet.
Correct. There's 3 in WorkNet, and all 9 are in IWDS, so there's 6 of the clients that need to be put in WorkNet.
Okay. I will make sure we jump on that.
All right. And the next group, Lewis and Clark?
Hi, this is Sabrina Davis. I'm the director of the Youth Build AmeriCorps program here, and also facilitating this Youth Career Pathways grant. So right now we have 11 students enrolled. 8 are construction tier 1, 1 is construction tier 2, and 2 of them are in our IT pathway. They have about a week and a half left of the semester. I'm not sure where they are as far as being in the WorkNet because we were collecting all documentation and completing all paperwork prior to allowing them to go into WorkNet before we certified them and sent them over to be put into IWDS. Can you tell me where we're at there?
It looks like you have 1 application that needs a suitability review, but I would check in Illinois WorkNet today and make sure you're seeing those 11 individuals as well. If not, go ahead and, sorry, I just dropped my chair to the floor. Go ahead and send an email to Natasha.
Okay.
And then, but I would check with, since you're saying they're in IWDS, but they're not in Illinois WorkNet.
No, they're not in IWDS yet. So we can't put them, after we put them into the WorkNet, then we send our files over to Madison County Employment and Training.
Yep.
and then they put them in after that. So into
Perfect.
the IWDS, yeah.
Yep, so I would check Illinois WorkNet, make sure you see those individuals.
Okay.
If you don't, go ahead and reach out to your two local areas, and then just attach Natasha to that email so we can all make sure we're seeing everyone.
Okay.
Okay?
And then I do have one question. We also have a Madison County Student Success Grant where the students are the same. It's the same students that are going through Access Academy and, you know, the whole process and going into one of our pathways. Those people will go into Madison County Employment and Training's local numbers, outcomes, and IWDS. Are we able to enroll them also into our career pathways into WorkNet? Or no? Do you know?
Yeah, this is Jim.
That seems...
Yeah, this is Jim. Those could be co-enrolled. So you're
Right.
saying that the local area is going to serve them with one grant, and then you're wanting them also to be served with your youth apprenticeship or pathways grant, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they would still go on WorkNet, and then the person that's providing your IWDS would actually create two applications for the client, one for the local area and then one for 90. So they'll know how to do that, or they should,
Okay.
or I can help them.
Create two applications.
It's
Okay,
the exact
because
same information. It's just the grants are in different places. So in order to, if you only had one application, you would only be able to attach the one funding stream to it.
okay. If that's the case, then we actually, because we have an additional 9, that 11 plus 9, so we're up to
Okay.
it.
Well, like I said, let us know, because that's perfect. That's great.
Okay.
But let us know.
Okay, and then we did just start another Access Academy for the next semester. We have 27 currently in those classes. We'll know in 2 weeks what our final numbers will be and the amount of documentation that we've collected from the students as to what programs they'll be enrolling in for, what pathways they'll be enrolling in for the spring.
Okay. Got Youth Build Lake County.
Yes, this is Devin Flournoy from Youth Build. I was giving for an update for our career access program. We actually have one person that should be concluding his classes with the College of Lake County within the next little over a week now. And we're currently running our Mental Toughness 2 portion of our program, where the individuals that are going to be into the career access program will be learning some life skills, also going on some learning styles in preparation for college or their particular fields. We have the Daryl King from the City of Evanston coming in tomorrow to give somewhat of an informational behind the Class D water operator. And then we also have some stuff going on for next week. We're going to visit the College of Lake County for all the students who are going to be attending to prepare for their upcoming semester. Right now we currently have 2 individuals that are looking to take classes at CLC, and then we also have 2 for the water operator class, and then a couple for the HVAC program. So for right now, that is primarily our list. We'll conclude with the individual that's completing his HVAC classes at the current moment. We are working with North Chicago High School in order to get some times that the students that are working on their diploma, who are considered fifth-year students, they should be wrapping up their semester for their requirements for the high school diploma within the next week or so. And we're going to actually have 4 individuals be funneled into the career access program under this grant as well. And then as far as that, there are some issues that I've come across in the Illinois WorkNet system where we have some students' applications have been able to be submitted, and then a few haven't even been able to submit the application. And for the most part, I've done, I've given some assistance to some of the students the exact same way, and some were submitted and some were denied. And I'm not sure why that was the case, because it still offers information after this says that they haven't submitted. It gives them information based on their career cluster that our UBuild Lake County supports. It is the provider for that career path. So we are coming across those issues. I'm actually going to look through each individual Illinois WorkNet and see if there was a particular situation why we had 4 individuals that were not be able to submit, but we did have 4 others applications that were submitted. I also looked into the Illinois WorkNet system and saw that there was an individual that applied to our program, but he lives in Bloomington, Illinois, and I wasn't able to get in touch with him at all either, and he does not have his high school credential at the current moment. So I was curious as to why he was able to submit it from the pre-screening portion.
Okay. It sounds like I need you to send an email to Natasha. Have you guys, you and Elwea 1, worked out how you're going to enter the individuals into IWDS and get them certified? Has that been ironed out yet? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So for the most part, I'm going to be providing the particular documents over to WIOA most likely by either Friday or the upcoming Monday, so that they can have those couple weeks in advance before semester starts school.
Okay. Okay, so I would definitely, sounds like you need to do an email to Natasha because we need to make sure they're in the system for Illinois WorkNet. And it doesn't look like you have anybody that's certified in IWDS right now.
No, there's nobody at the current moment.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and work on that Illinois WorkNet. As far as I know, you said you have 1 that's in the system, so we can make sure that he's getting through and he's in the IWDS system as well, okay?
Yeah, I guess they were supposed to be working on that situation because the student had already technically started in August.
Oh, wow.
But he was also a student that was in our program from Youth Build last year. So I guess that the whole situation with the IWDS, which I'm not familiar with, but I guess how the certifying situation works.
Right. So go ahead and send us an email today since he's already been in since August, because we need to make sure that is, if he's taking services and everything, they have to be certified as eligible, and so we need to make sure we're on that immediately. So go ahead and send us an email.
Yeah, I think they were working at those situations now because he was already still in the IWDS system.
Okay.
Because he was a Youth Build student under one of the, I guess, Elwea 90 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, send us an updated one. It's after the holidays. You know how emails get during that time. Send us another one and say, hey, I'm checking in. I know we were addressing this issue. Where are we at with it? Because we need that to be brought back up on the radar, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Hey, this is Jim Potts. Who is that one person that you said's been there since August? Because I can work with Jennifer Everett and you and make sure we get everything on the same page if you have that person's name.
Okay, the student's name is Tommy Houston.
Okay. That's all I need. I'll do some research and look at Jennifer and you, and we'll make sure we're all on the same page.
Awesome.
All right, that'll work.
Thank you, Jim.
Yep.
All right, Youth Build McLean, did you join the call?
Hello, this is Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Okay. I'm the Executive Director at Youth Build McLean County. Let's see, we've had a lot of activity in the last few months. Our students they're working through the curriculum towards their certifications. They finished OSHA training, first aid and CPR training, and some of the smaller things while they continue to work through the big curriculums on their large employment-based credentials. We've had really great response from our business engagement team. We've had 2 meetings with them, and we also had a visit from Patrick Campbell during the Apprenticeship Week, where he got to meet some of our apprentices and tour the facility, and that was a really great, the students were really proud to show off everything that we've been doing and to talk about the programs and how it's really benefited them, and I think that the visitors really enjoyed meeting with the students. We also had some of our business partners that showed up for that event, and they were able to talk about their experiences with the students on their work sites, which have been very, very positive. Right now, all of our healthcare students have pending offers with the facilities that we're working with for employment after they finish the program. So we're really excited it's doing the things that it's supposed to do.
And how many students? total?
I'm sorry?
How many students total?
We have 20 participants in this cohort. Martha came out to visit us on November 30th. She did some file reviews and talked to us about the methodology of our programs. We have, our structure is good. It's pretty solid, but we've learned kind of the hard way some of the things that we need to just kind of incubate or facilitate with a little more structure. Initially, we had all of our students enter themselves into Illinois WorkNet, which is probably explains the Lake County guy from Bloomington, because we do have a lot of students that have Chicago and North Chicago connections that end up in Bloomington. So I bet your mystery Bloomington guy is probably belongs to us. So that's something that we'll structure a lot differently the next time in the next cohort in January. We have 35 students on our waiting list right now to join the second cohort, so we're really excited to get started. Everything is going well. We're working closely with our career link partners so that we can solidify the entry of all the students into the systems. So I'm anxious to find out what we need to fix, Tara.
Okay. No, it's fine. It looks like, so you actually do you have your file folders now with all your students labeled on there?
We do, mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we've used the section or the sheet that Martha provided us for the file review. We've actually formulated our file folders so that now they reflect those sections, so it'll be really easy for anyone to come in and look at things.
That is exactly what we wanted to happen, so that's great.
Okay, wonderful.
Awesome. Last but not least, Prairie State, are you guys on?
Yes.
Awesome.
Here. Okay, so we have the pre-apprenticeship information technology grant, and we had 22 students start at the beginning of the semester in the courses, and they are wrapping up the first semester. And at the end of the semester, they'll have a computer support associate certificate along with the course credit that they've earned. And I think, Terry, you guys know, we had a hiccup with some of the eligibility documentation because they are high school students. So we have gotten the document to the parents, so we're waiting on getting those back. That verifies the eligibility, and then I've started putting some names in IWDS, but nobody's been certified yet because I wanted to make sure I had the right documentation in order to get them completely certified, which I expect to be able to have that done before the end of next week.
Okay. All right. Did every group go? I have my list checked off. It looks good. Awesome. We have some documents that are on the bottom left-hand corner. If you could download those and print those off. One of the documents is the business engagement plan. And I'm going to run through this rather quickly because we have about 9 minutes and we have 2 more people that still need to go, which is Tammy and Jim. The business engagement plan, we looked over the ones that have been submitted, and it was missing some information and that we needed. So what we did was we looked at Youth Build Lake County's business plan and Lewis and Clark and merged them together, and we created this one. So I know that everybody has submitted their plans already, but here is what we need you guys to submit, this layout. Let's go through it really quickly. It has your agency's name, your grant number, any action steps that you're taking. The point of this plan is for you to have your businesses identified. You should know who you're working with, who you're going to be in communication with. If you don't, it is very imperative that we get that done because we don't want to go into the first quarter of the year still trying to identify partners for this program. If you need to get your MOUs updated or anything like that, this would be the best time to get that done with your businesses. So we have your action steps. What are you doing with these businesses? Have you had your meeting? Have you identified the students? I know a lot of programs here have multiple, so you have construction and like healthcare. So hey, we've worked with this hospital for our healthcare people and this construction company. Have those businesses identified. Where it says timeline, put actual dates. So by January 4th, I will have my MOU signed with the Jelly Belly Candy Company, and and the outcome of that would be something like they are looking at a prospective 3 students to hire for open positions or something like that. Your project launch, how are you launching this project with them? If you look at this as kind of like a story, so in January, like I said, we're getting those MOUs signed by March. We're getting individuals identified by May. They're starting their work-based learning. So actually give us the timeline and action steps for that. If there's any continued engagement, you want to note that there. You know, if you're like, I'm going to pick on Methodist College. They are smooth sailing right now. We have our employer. We have our people hired. The continued engagement piece for your group would be that we have done, 30-day job checkups just to see how the employers are doing. Is there any corrective action plans that we have? Are there any issues that we have regarding dress code or anything like that? You want to talk about that you're constantly, even though you have these individuals on the job site, what are you doing to stay connected to that business partner and assisting in any way? So you guys should still be monitoring your students while they're at, these jobs. The next page, like I said, just identifies the businesses. So you need to put on here who your business is, their interest in the project. If we're putting Unity Health Point, they are a hospital. Their interest in this project is they are employers. Their role or the interest in the project is employer for the healthcare field. Their role is the employer. And in any outcome, if they're going to hire all 6 of the individuals, that would be the desired outcome. If you have anybody that you're working with that's a subcontractor on this project, I'm looking at BCS and I think you're with Manufacturing Renaissance or anything like that, go ahead and specify their role and relationship in this project, and any other community groups or anything that you're working with on this project. Like I said, this is so you can have your businesses identified as the biggest thing on here and what you're doing with those relationships. If you have any questions, please give me a phone call, preferably by the end of this week. We're going to go ahead and have these plans due by December 15th, which is next Friday. So that gives you about 7 full working business days to get these completed. Like I said, I am making myself available Thursday and Friday. If you have any questions getting started, they are due on the 15th. We're going to do a hard date of December 15th. Let's see, I have a question from Stephanie. What would you put in the column status of relationship? Current business, the status of relationship is if they are on board, they're ready to go, a contract is initiated, our MOU is signed with them, we are ready to go, there's no red flags, that's where the status of the relationship I would put there. All right, Tammy. Okay, thanks. All right, perfect. Anybody else have any other questions? Put them in the chat. I am throwing this to Jim or Tammy. Sorry that it took so long, but we're getting through.
Hello, this is Jim Potts. What I'm going to speak about is last week Tara had sent out a WIOA Youth Eligibility File Review document. And what that is a document that our monitors are going to use when they come out to review files during programmatic monitoring. What I kind of equate this to, though, for you guys, is you have the test before the test is given. You know the exact questions that are going to be asked. So if I had the ability to know the questions that are going to be asked of a monitor, I would make sure that I had this file or this form completed for all my clients. You can go in there and you can just go right down the list, and it explains your eligibility, how you've made each person eligible. And if you continue to scroll down, once you get past eligibility, it speaks on the second page of your assessment of the individual service strategy and the details that are required for that. So you want to make sure that those are addressed. It speaks below that of the different elements that are to be offered for different youth. Now, one of the things about these elements, your grants might not offer every single youth element, but those are the different ones that are or could be available. And then one thing I want to really make sure everybody is understanding, the importance of using case notes. When a monitor comes out, a case note can save you a lot of heartache of making sure you're explaining what's going on. I'd heard a lot of information when people were getting updates about different things that are going on with their clients, different services that they might be using or receiving. But when I look a lot of times in IWDS for those clients, the services might not be documented, and there might not be any case notes or anything explaining what's going on with the client. So I really encourage you to make sure you're utilizing the case note features. And the case notes that are put in workNet get auto-populated into Illinois Workforce Development System. So it's going to, anything you put in workNet, it's going to be there, and anything those who are doing the IWDS portion document are going to be in the case notes. But it's really important to make sure to take credit for your work and case note your communication. You are required to have two-way communication with a client at least once a month documented. So you, at a minimum, there should be a case note once a month speaking about the interaction between whomever is working with the client and the client themselves. And since we're on time constraint, that's basically all I have to speak about on it. But again, that checklist is really a handy tool for you guys because it's going to give you exactly what every monitor is going to ask when they come out to see you. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or call me, and I'll pass it on to Tammy now.
Good morning. We're actually almost noon, everybody. I'm going to be really brief. The main thing that I want to discuss is that 5% window. So if somebody, a youth is coming in that doesn't qualify under the low-income eligibility, there is that 5% window that we can enroll them in. And what you're going to need to do is send me an email identifying, the situation of the particular youth. We do have some restrictions that we know that's usually for a limited case or certain circumstances, like if they have multiple barriers to employment, but they don't meet the low-income requirement. So we have to really monitor that because that is a part of, performance of what we have too. So the main point of this is that if you do want to serve an individual that is not in the low-income status, you need to reach out to me, and then we will approve, that particular situation. And it is based on each situation and what's going on. So, and then you can send that to me, and I'll put my email address in the chat pod. And Jim, do you want to comment any more on any of that particular topic?
Well, but you covered it well, and what that's for, and it's typically going to be for your in-school youth. It's for a client who doesn't meet low-income criteria, but he or she has maybe several barriers that you think would warrant still getting services. And it could be for an out-of-school youth, but the majority of out-of-school youth aren't required to be low income. So it's probably most often going to be in school, but it could be an out-of-school that needs to be low income if their only barriers are youth need assistance or if they're basic skills deficient. But you just have to be able to justify it. The legislation only allows for 5% of all the youth clients that are served that must be low income to utilize this. But it is a tool that's out there, and if you want to apply for that, you just need to support why your client should get this 5% waiver. But we just had one recently approved, so it's out there and it's available, so it's something for everybody to consider.
All right, and I'm just going to follow up. Jim had some notes, so while we were talking, Jim was also looking in the system, and I want to make sure we get this information out. Manufacturing Renaissance, we don't see any clients in IWDS, so let's go ahead and double check that. Lewis and Clark, you have nobody in IWDS as well?
That's correct.
Lake County Youth Build, nobody in IWDS. So, like I said, go ahead and send those follow-up emails. If you need assistance with Illinois WorkNet, who do we email the business engagement plans to? You're going to send them to Tara Scott and Tammy Stone and Jennifer Foyle. If you want to throw everybody on the email, if you can only remember Tara and Tammy, TNT, that's fine. And you will get an email back from us that says we have received it. Give us at least a week or two to review them and follow up with you guys if we have any questions. And then you will receive an email back that says this is approved. So you're waiting for an email that says your business engagement plan has been approved. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry we ran over 2 minutes today, but I feel like we covered a lot. I feel like these meetings are helpful. At least you guys can talk to each other and, figure out what's going really well and things we need help on. So we're always here. Call us, email, and that's that. Anybody else? All right.
Thank you.
You guys have a great day. I am running to